Am I blushing right now? Yeah, hi. Nice to be here today. Welcome. Hello.
Hello.
I actually don't know what to say. I'm not used to that.
You're doing great.
So these guys have done all the work, and I'm just in the camera picture right now.
Okay, so
And I will answer questions promptly.
say hey guys, welcome to the Frontier feature. My name is Aeloy. Today I am here with Darj and Meyer, and we're going to be talking about Britizencon.
Oh, yeah, okay. So, hey guys.
Now, come on, you can be better than that. You go, hey guys, welcome. What's this for YouTube? Come on.
Be a YouTube star. You know you want to
Hey
be. It's in
guys,
your heart.
welcome to. Oh, I started talking.
Sorry. The best intro ever.
Let's do that again. Yeah. Hey guys, welcome to the Frontier feature. I'm Aloy. I'm the guest today, and this is Meyer and Darjanator. These are, and yeah, we're talking today about Britizencon. Yeah, in Manchester.
That's the one.
Britizencon. Yeah.
Britizencon.
And you do know that I'm gonna leave everything in, right? Not just the final take where it went pretty okay, but
yeah.
everything beforehand as well.
You know,
I'm going to get those comments again. Oh my god, these guys, they clearly aren't journalists.
Oh, that was amazing. That was amazing. Somebody kept complaining how even 5 minutes into the show we weren't getting to the point. We are not being proper journalists. How dare we have fun?
It was interesting.
I was totally unprepared, so
That's the best kind of prepared.
yeah.
You can try again if you want. We
Totally
can just make this
unprepared.
half an hour's worth of just intros.
No,
You sure?
please don't. Can I? No, I won't.
No.
Go ahead. So what's on today, guys?
What's on today? Well, this is the Frontier feature where we talk about Star Citizen events, streams, and we talk about, or two, members of the Star Citizen community or even devs. So for today, we have a twofer. We have the lovely Aloy with us.
Hi.
And afterwards, we'll also talk about an event that those guys went to, and I didn't.
So
I'm
today's
I'm gonna say
podcast.
why.
Yeah.
You didn't.
Today's going to be a rambly one, I think.
So this fortnight's
Special-
podcast is all about Britizencon. And of course, as Darsh says, Aloy was there with us. Aloy, welcome. But before we start,
Thanks.
who are you?
Yeah, I'd like to know that too, actually, because we weren't actually formally introduced. We just sat together at Gamescom and just drank Kolsch, and that was it. Best buds since.
So, yeah. I'm Aeloy. I am 27, and I'm a German Star Citizen fan. Well, I'm a backer since August last year, so not that long. Yeah, and I actually travel or try to travel to all the Star Citizen events. So, just for an example, I've been to San Antonio, Bar Citizen for PAX South, or Frankfurt CitizenCon last year in October. I'm going to be on CitizenCon in Austin this year. It's gonna be amazing.
I know, right?
I was in Orlando, Cologne. I'm also organizing Bar Citizens in Cologne. So whenever you are around, let me know. I'm gonna organize something for you guys. Yeah. So I love the community. I love how crazy, how awesome people are, and I'm very excited for the game.
Cool. Awesome stuff. So yeah, we met Aloy, as she said, like well, almost every single CitizenCon since You weren't at the Manchester. Wait, when did you become a citizen? When did you start going to citizen cons?
Actually, yes, last year.
Last year. Okay, cool.
Mhm.
All right, so we haven't. I didn't see you at, or you didn't go to 2015. I was trying to guess when. Okay, cool. Nice.
No, it
All
was
right. So the most recent convention, of course, that you were at was Britizencon. So how was that? How was that event for you? What did you do? Talk to us about it. I'm sure. Well, we haven't spoken about it yet on this show, so our viewers would like to know.
Yeah. So, well, I had the chance to get a gold tier ticket. That's what I went for, and that was that had included breakfast and the hotel room at the Radisson Blu.
Mm-hmm.
So I was really excited to just fly in early morning. What is Dargenator doing?
Tis a fly.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
I took my friend Jesslyn. Maybe some of you have seen her with me hanging around, but we were just spreading out all over the event. It was amazing for me to meet many people I already know from the last events. Especially, it was very cool to have the occasion to chat with all the devs, and everybody was like hanging out with each other. It was a very cool and relaxed atmosphere all over the event. We had the tournaments going on, so yeah, for me it was like pretty much running around all the time, talking to people. I started drinking beer very early, but that's only because I missed the Bar Citizen, the pre-Bar Citizen.
Right.
The day before.
You were talking about the actual event. You started drinking early, not about your life story. I started drinking beer at the tender age of 3.5, being German by law.
Well, basically, I'm Dutch, but I'm living in Germany.
Deutsch, Dutch.
Anyway, yeah, it was a great day over in Manchester, and the night ended in the next Bar Citizen at the Tatton Arms, which was pretty amazing as well. Meet everybody again. Yeah.
So you ended up so did you get to speak to many devs? And if so, like did you learn anything? I mean, like as a citizen for quite some time, I'm sure you have like interests and stuff, like what you want to do in the game, that kind of thing. Did you learn anything cool?
Well, I wouldn't say I learned anything cool, but we did a little bit of theory crafting, I would say. Like, for example, what is possible in the mining atmosphere. We had a cool talk about that at lunch.
Mm-hmm.
Also, we talked about a little bit how the community works, like how people are connected to each other. And, well, basically, I was a little bit surprised that we don't have many people from the Asian community yet. And that's how I talked to somebody from marketing, for example.
Okay.
That was a very cool occasion as well. Also,
the thing is, every event now these days, well, so far, has been quite removed from Asia. So it's been Europe and the US.
I mean, that being said, I mean, we still have a bunch of, like there's been Bar Citizen Japan, there's been Bar Citizen like South Korea and stuff.
Sure,
so,
but actual events have been removed and quite far away for a lot of people from
fair
Asia.
enough. Yeah, because the studios aren't there. I mean, like it's the same for Australian citizens too, I suppose. Yeah, but you're right.
Yeah. So, yeah, there have been a lot of chats. I met a lot of amazing people. I only know from maybe your stream chat, Meyer, or just randomly on Discord from Test Squadron. I met, for example, Ashgard.
Okay, yeah.
I met Ichiro again. I met The Few. I met Moist Noodle, Super Mac, Miserable, like other streamers. It was also quite cool to be, that close to everybody, to hang out with each other. Everybody's relaxed. Well, not on the streaming desk.
Yeah.
You guys were going pretty crazy.
Yeah,
But
about that. Well, next year, hopefully, we'll have. Well, Dart says he'll be around. He'll try and be around anyway, and hopefully, like
Hopefully, if the situation arises, I will be there to put my expertise to good use and save
the day. He'll pack his
Save
cape
the
and
day.
everything. Yeah, I mean, I think for the
Oh,
most
yeah.
part, it was okay. We got to do some pretty cool things. We got to talk to some pretty cool people. Yeah. So what is your history in Star Citizen? Like, what organization are you in? Because you haven't said that yet. And what's your history
She
in
does
gaming?
actually hold a special accolade in the organization she's in.
Spoiler alert.
So, well, I started off playing Star Citizen with my Mustang Alpha package and Squadron 42.
Hmm.
At Addicted, which was also present in the organization Addicted, which was also present at Britizencon. And actually, quite a lot of them won the tournament.
Yeah, I think
That
it was
was like
first and third place. Like, yeah.
mhm.
You see, I would have
We have-
entered. Did you enter? Did you play?
No, I didn't.
Do you dog, bro? I mean, wait,
I
did you
mean-
dog fight? Sorry, bro.
Oh God, Mar, did you just did you just ask that really?
I meant to say dog fight. Okay. All right. Anyway.
For anyone who's in our audience who's not aware,
Please
dogging.
don't. No. It's okay. You don't have to. You don't have to. This is a family.
Just Google it for yourself.
Yes. Okay.
No, I didn't sign up. But that's because
God damn.
well, I haven't managed to play or train enough, and I usually want to be prepared for stuff. Not like the introduction today. Anyhow, I also knew that quite a lot of people from Addicted have signed up, and they have quite good pilots. So
Yeah.
I wanted to leave the show to them. You know.
They were literally like, "This is Mad Rambo. He's gonna win," and then he won, and I was like, "Quelle surprise!"
Yeah.
And he got himself a Constellation Aquila, so it's like
Yeah.
Wow.
yeah.
So were there quite hefty prizes? I suspect.
They were all ship prizes, and what Britizencon tries to do. I mean, like in our first Britizencon, there was a cosplay competition, but it was our first one, so there wasn't much hype and preparation for it. So 2 people came in cosplay. They're the same 2 people that come in cosplay every year. But the first year they came, they both walked away with Starfarers. So because those what they call the prizes. So yeah, we don't do that anymore. I mean, I think that we probably should, but we just need to, I guess, hype it up more.
I have a year.
You have
Maybe
a year.
Maybe I can come up with something. Then again, I'd need to drive over if I want to bring any sort of cosplay.
That hasn't stopped you
costume.
before. Yeah.
That is true. For CitizenCon in Manchester, what was it, 2016? 15, yeah. I drove.
Yeah. No big deal.
I drove to CitizenCon as well, but that was down from Düsseldorf to Frankfurt. It was a long ride because of all the traffic. But
I did that one as well. Yeah. Europe's tiny.
Yeah.
For seriously, for people on either of the coasts to go to Texas for CitizenCon in 2018, it would not be advisable to drive because just.
So we cut you short there, Aeloy. So like, what organization are you in now? And yeah.
So on CitizenCon in Frankfurt, I ran into a bunch of people, including that guy over there as well. This one. I can't.
I think
My cam is flipped. Whatever.
I think it's both of us.
Yeah, just that random guy with the red hat. What was his name again?
I think it's Mir.
Mir.
What's his name?
Yeah.
Super Mario.
That's it. Thank you. So, I ran into a bunch of cool people, and they convinced me to join an organization which is called Test Squadron, and I didn't hear anything about them before. And so I looked that up, I Googled, and I found out that this is actually one of the best organizations in Star Citizen. So I waited for the best moment to become number 15,000.
You sniped that
on the
spot.
member list. I sniped that spot.
How did you
yeah.
even manage to snipe it? Because like you apply, but then one of us staff members have to accept it. So not only did you apply the right time, but also you were lucky enough that one of our staff actually said, okay.
I did it. I did it the other way around. So I had always that Test Squadron invitation in my postbox.
Oh, I see.
And
okay.
I just waited to click accept.
I didn't know it actually worked that way. I didn't know
It
that
works
like
both
you could
ways, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of organizations inflated themselves early on by making bots to basically send invites to anybody who made a new account saying
Right,
join
no,
us.
but not Test Squadron. We got this big because we're just so damn good.
We never made a bot. We've been accused of it before, but with the I'm not going to say we're the only one, but I know for a fact that we never had any bots to do that.
Yeah, I think what I can't really remember. It was either Munkan or Shive who sent me an invitation. So yeah, and well, yeah. I stick to that organization since then. I represent it everywhere I go, on every bar citizen I go to. And yeah, I'm very happy to hang around with those guys. Cool people.
So, in the bar citizens, like, who was your most favorite person to talk to? I mean, like, surely it wasn't the few or Moist Noodle or somebody. It was Meyer.
Or,
I mean,
some guy with the red
did you get
hats.
to speak to Aaron, by the way? Aaron Roberts? Because he was there the first
no.
time as well. Yeah.
No, I didn't manage to speak to him because every time I saw him, he was talking to somebody else, and I didn't want to be rude, kinda.
Yeah.
But I received a hug from Brian Chambers. I think that's worth.
Did you initiate the hug or
No?
Oh,
no.
okay.
He said, "Come on, hug." But yeah, he was.
Were you looking like a sad puppy, like, hey,
No,
I see you.
He was
there. Come
basically
on.
like pointing with his beer towards me, saying like, "You lady are everywhere." And I was like, "Yes, they're right."
I'm mad jelly. I won't deny it. I'm mad jelly.
Brian's a cool cat. I really like Brian.
Yeah, he
He's
is.
a really good person to talk to as well. So yeah, what are your plans for you said you want to go to the next Britizencon?
Yeah, I will.
So I know
I
that,
want to. I want to.
it's gonna be like the largest Britizencon ever. Like they saw the success from last year, and rather than going back to roots, they're like, "Oh, we want to make this. We want to take the best parts from that, and we want to make it better." So like, I think there are about 2,500 tickets this time around. Yeah. So
and how many bets they'll be equally as quickly gone as for?
Oh, dude, yeah. The tickets are gonna go like this, but so I know that there is a big call to arms for volunteers. Are you applying for that?
Well, yes.
Okay.
I already replied to that call on the forums, but we will see.
Nice,
Surprise.
yeah. Because
thing is, I wouldn't want to go because to be a to function properly as a volunteer, you would need to have a solid base somewhere in the vicinity. But and if you're flying halfway around the world, things may go wrong, and you don't have like a safety net to fall back onto, while still being expected to perform a role.
I mean,
if
volunteers are given the roles to which they can do. Some volunteers, they just like hold lines. Some volunteers they do. Some volunteers they drive like Chris back and forth and stuff. Like it really depends on what you can do.
Yeah, sure. No, but if the same thing happened like that happened to me for the Los Angeles Britizencon, where the airline lost my luggage for 4 days.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Well, they give you a free T-shirt.
Well, maybe I should say I'm also a frequent traveler. So I'm very travel addicted, and I have that very good routine on traveling. So whenever I travel, I have that little hand luggage bag packed, which offers me at least 3 days of clothing. So if that happens to me, it's like,
So basically,
okay.
she's telling you
sense,
to get good, Dodge. Yeah.
To get good. Yeah. Well, it was the first time that I traveled such a long distance, and I wasn't really expecting for such bad things to happen. So the only thing I had in my hold luggage was the bare necessities.
That's
a
Murphy's
lot of
Law
booze
for you, right?
and stuff like that. Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
Sod's
it is.
Law.
I will know for next year, or next time. Lesson learned and all that.
I can make a video for you how to pack right. And the list.
I know you didn't mean to make it sound that way, but that was so condescending.
Also, Dutch,
I'd like that.
on my trip together with that guy again. What was his name again? Was it
A little bit of
Mia?
madness. Amir.
Me.
Um,
So I was traveling with him.
Mario.
Myriad, yes, thank you. So when I was traveling to Texas with him, they screened my bag every day.
Oh yeah,
time.
yeah.
And the good thing was I had a Twitch T-shirt on my hand luggage because we were only traveling with hand luggage. And that young guy on the security TSA thing in Dallas on the airport, he found my Twitch T-shirt and said like, "Oh, are you a Twitch streamer?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm not, but this guy over there is."
I made
And I
a
was
TSA
pointing.
follower, baby.
Wait, you did?
Yeah, I pointed at him and I said like, "Yeah, wave, hi." And Maya was waving like, "What is going on?"
They held her for like at least 20 minutes per stop.
20 hours, oh my god.
Like she knows some dangerous people apparently. So like at every single stop, like they'd go, "Sorry, ma'am, you have to step aside," and then they'd go to the superior, and then like they'd go, "What, a woman?" Like it was really weird. And yeah, it was really weird. Apparently, like it's a security safety measure that they only do for like people who have been in the military or like they're like PMCs or whatnot. It was kind of odd.
Damn, woman.
She knows some dangerous people apparently in very ESL days or whatever. Oh, speaking of which, I think I just jumped the gun, right? So I mentioned that you do like esports stuff, right? So
No, you
you did
didn't.
in the
Yeah.
past, yeah. So can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so it is some time ago, but I still have many people hanging around. So I used to be an ESL admin. The ESL, for those who don't know, it's the Electronic Sports League. And yeah, I've done admin stuff for StarCraft 2 or Warcraft 3. So back in those days, I've been on some of the teams organizing on Gamescom promotion stuff. So I worked as a volunteer for different publishers on the Gamescom.
Right. That's cool. So like did you have much experience with the games themselves, or like what does an admin do exactly?
An ESL admin is responsible for running, for example, tournaments. So whenever there's a cup or a little tournament going on, you have to check that the players are connecting well to each other. If there are any problems, like if somebody's cheating, for example, how to open up a ticket, have the player support, yeah, just run the communities in general. That's the task of an admin. They have changed the way it works to nowadays, but I think it's still kind of working the same way.
Right.
So yeah, the ESL can be used to play any kind of game you can think of. But they haven't included Star Citizen yet, so...
Well, I mean, like, so we have this thing called SC4, the Star Citizen Competitive Combat Club. And I think we're actually doing some scrims on the 5th of next month, actually.
Okay.
So maybe you should apply to be an admin there and help us, because we've never done a thing like this before.
Yeah,
For free.
I've been poking on those guys already.
Okay.
That they should have it implemented, and maybe that's a good hint. I should poke on them again.
Yeah.
Maybe not for the upcoming month, because that is a little bit of short notice, but I mean, it's...
Well,
Yeah,
thing
can do
is,
that.
Star Citizen currently in its current form doesn't really have a platform for esports. I mean, it does have Star Marine and Arena Commander, but those are just testing grounds that are not very well-developed game modes where you could have a really competitive ladders sort of system, even though there's some in place.
We've done it before,
it's not very complex.
but it's very external, like it's
Yeah,
required a lot of help. And it'll remain that way for quite some time. But I think there's potential for sure.
Oh yeah,
Also-
there's definitely potential.
Also, on Britizencon, for example, it would have been amazing if we would have had a huge screen and somebody shoutcasting the
Right.
dogfights.
I mean,
I was missing that.
yeah, like last year, I was the one shoutcasting. It wasn't terrible. People didn't say, "Oh my God, Meyer! Wow, I'm so sorry, buddy." It was pretty good. People were like, "Oh, that's well done," So, but this time around, I couldn't, because it was so short notice last year, right? But the actual location was different, and I was busy with the live stream element of it. And
Okay.
but the guy who actually provided the PCs and stuff, he did a pretty okay job, But he wasn't he didn't talk about what was going on and that kind of stuff,
Okay.
the play-by-plays and that kind of thing.
And
But,
for the next year, I just had an idea. Something that could help is getting one of the machines that actual Star Citizen streaming team uses for the live streams, which is the Ustream dedicated panel thing. It has a bunch of HDMI inputs, it has a bunch of audio inputs, and it has software built in that works like on a very low level with those, so you can just click, click, and it works like that. And you just have an output connection for either Ustream or Twitch or YouTube, whatever. That could help, but it's still, it's quite an expense just for a once a year event.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think maybe there are cheaper ways to do it, but
Exactly,
the way,
but
yeah.
If our 2 hour preparation for just this podcast is any indication,
1 hour.
using
1
1
hour.
hour, was it
Just
1 hour?
1 hour. Just 1 hour. Yeah.
Yeah, OBS or XSplit aren't really there quite yet.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it's user error. I've only been doing this for 2 years. Maybe give me another 2, and I might prepare beforehand. Speaking of which, I mean, Britizencon, they only had 4 hours the day before to set up, so it was
and I
touch and go
think
there as well.
for that short time, and also that it was like a quite, a little crazy organization itself, like having so many people in one place to have everything organized so properly that everything is going, that fine. You don't have any delays. It is a hard job. It is a really hard job, and also to be relaxed and have that kind of, okay, if things go wrong, they go wrong. Can't do anything about it. And that's probably also something I learned from all the Gamescoms.
Yeah.
Because expos are very, very exhausting. Conventions are exhausting.
Right. Yeah,
gotta deal with it.
You have to be of the mentality just go with the flow when something goes wrong, instead of obsessing over the slightest mistake and then just
Right.
letting it get to you and then just ruining everything afterwards. If a mistake happens, it happens. Go with it.
Yeah.
I'm speaking from experience because I didn't used to be a person who would just go with it.
I didn't used to be a person.
I up until about 4 years ago, I was actually an artificial construct, and I only gained sentience by exposure to Twitch. That gave me a unique outlook on life. I gained sentience, and ever since, I've hated everyone.
Oh, that's hard. Do you hate us?
He probably hates us.
I detest you because you're in Test Squadron.
Exactly.
Good point.
Oh man. All right. Well, hopefully, when we do get SE4 up and running again, I mean, it's been a couple months now since the last one. We'll get your admin experience in there because we definitely need it. And maybe you can convince them to make an ESL thing and maybe get Star Citizen, a better Star Citizen presence there as well. I think that'd be really awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me hit up on some of the guys I know. They might be happy to help us out.
Okay.
I mean, the Electronic Sports League offers a very good platform to do cups or also little tournaments,
Yeah.
So.
All right. Cool. I believe Paul Shelley is one of the ones organizing it, so I'll definitely pass him down your way or pass you down his way. Whatever works.
We can do that.
All right. Well, Aeloy, thank you so much for.
Wait, we're done?
Well, I mean, what else are we going to talk about?
I mean, we have questions for Aeloy. I mean, like, how did she find out about Star Citizen? Like, what's her favorite ship? What's what is the ship she's most looking forward to? What's the role she's most looking forward to? The standard questions, man.
Okay.
I saw some questions on chat.
Yeah,
but
we'll get to those later. It's fine.
But for now, Darge has a method.
I have a method, and there is a madness to my method.
Okay.
There is.
Well, for instance, how did you find out about Star Citizen? It's not a game that has a lot of traditional marketing, so to speak.
Honestly?
Yes, please.
I was extremely bored, and I Googled for a new game.
Wow, that sounds like such an epic tale of discovery. Tell us new
game.
And when I ended up on that page, I can't even remember which page it was, and I basically just scrolled down the list of games and thought like, hey, that one has spaceships, and that is like looking cool. It's in development since 2000 ever, and they should be finished soon. TM. So
wow.
That's the way I try to find games, right? So I put it into Twitch and I found streamers. I found, for example, what was it?
Maybe,
I think I found Meyer and I found Biomechanical. So I went for the smaller streamer, which was during that time Biomechanical, and I started hanging out with the guys from Addicted. So that's how I got into the game, kind of, and it is pretty amazing.
So it was that choice, you going for the underdog, that prevented you from getting into Test Squadron months before you actually did.
Yeah, kinda.
Hey Mara, you need fewer followers.
I need fewer followers, guys. Yeah. Get out. You see. I can't get like people because I have people. So get out. Yeah, I mean it makes sense. I have a lot of people who are always like that. Who always say they prefer the smaller chats, the smaller communities.
There is something to it because with a smaller community, you do get a lot more of one-on-one time with the streamer.
Mm.
And at about, let's say, 30 to 50 people watching, the chat just starts becoming an entity of it on its own. People start talking to each other instead of talking with the streamer.
How
and
dare
then
they?
And then the more and more people are in chat, the more it just becomes an audience instead of an interaction. So yeah, it kind of makes sense if you want to go for the smaller streamer, just for that. Next
I
question.
didn't really
No.
I didn't really make the choice for any reason, I guess. I just clicked like, hey, he has some less viewers, so click.
No, let's go.
Well, then,
Let's go.
yeah, then again,
No grudges. No grudges here.
help the smaller guy become bigger. You know, the bigger guy is already big. So yep.
No grudges at all.
You said you started with the Mustang Alpha package.
Right. And
so that was a choice between an Aurora MR and a Mustang Alpha. How long did it take you to realize that there are so many more ships to choose from, and which one caught your eye?
So I was learning about the game, and I found that the Mustang Alpha, what is it? Together with the Squadron 42 package was like $70 kinda, and I found that very worth, because when I think about buying a new game, you know, it's like same price, kind of. So I went for this, and while I was scrolling down the list of ships, I was like, oh my god, they have ships that cost like $650. And then I was going into it and was like, oh my god, this is amazing. So does anybody have that ship? Can I look at it? And so people started spawning their ships and showed that in the game, and I was like, oh my god, you can actually warp travel with that. So I got reminded of all the Enterprise things, shows on TV.
So have you played space games before that? I mean, like, I don't know. I mean, like, I don't mean to sound sexist or anything, but I know, like, spaceships, space games, they don't really, I guess, they don't really have much of a female following, if you know what I mean. You know,
Well, that's just fact, yeah.
Well, I haven't played that like specific genre of space games.
Right.
But well, when I was working on Gamescom, I always had the opportunity to try out games, right? So I am quite interested in the genre of MMOs, of shooters. Like I do play a lot of PUBG, I do play a lot of Siege, but I also like the idea of having role-playing stuff. And well, from my school time, like when I did my A-levels, I had a little glimpse into EVE Online.
Okay.
Because I was always that nerdy girl on the school teams, so I was always hanging around with those guys playing EVE Online. So I had a little glimpse into it, but I didn't play much.
Right.
So.
I used to play EVE Online a bit, and it's all of a sudden it's 4 a.m, and what the hell?
Yeah, right.
It's one of those games. So you found Star Citizen just by Googling for a new game. Were you specifically looking for something in the space genre at that point, or was it just like Googling for a new game? Oh, this sounds interesting because I haven't tried it before, or were you just like space game? I need to find a space game.
No, it was not the search for a space game. It was well, I played World of Warcraft quite a lot, and I was looking for a game to have specific aspects taken out of that genre of MMOs. For example, the economic systems, like how can you do a little bit of economic simulation. And then you have farming, which is mining then in the game, or, you know, having different professions, having a broad community you can do things together with, for example, flying around, do a raid boss or something. It is, it's not that developed yet,
Right.
but I saw the high potential in Star Citizen that we can actually come to that time where we have the mining companies in the game which do all the mining stuff and produce fuel to have other ships fueled or whatever. I don't know, like have all that stuff done. And
so would you say it's
yeah.
the community that's kind of kept you interested in the game right now? Because of course there is so like if
the mechanics aren't in,
yeah, so I mean, I guess if this game didn't have the community that it did, you wouldn't really be as interested or as involved as you are right now, right? It just wouldn't exist.
I would probably not paying that much attention. I would follow the development because I invested already, right? But probably I would not be that engaged because a game is always as good as the people you can play with, right? So of course there's the graphics, there's the story, you have all that, the missions you can do, but once that is done, you need people to interact with. That's my main focus in the game. I want to have people I can play with. So the community is first for me. Exactly, yeah.
Cool.
So what is the sort of profession that draws you most in Star Citizen from all the planned ones that are still being developed?
So I want to be a pirate, actually.
Naughty.
So I'm sorry, but I have a no pirate policy here on the stream, so I'm gonna have to kick you here. Sorry, guys, I didn't have to expose you to this person. Sorry, why do you want to be a pirate?
Actually, I really like the idea about hacking other people's ships and being a little bit of the bad guy. Maybe it's also a little bit of role-playing kind of thing, and I don't know. I really like the idea of breaking into someone's ship and fly it away, split it apart, and sell it to others.
So
to
basically
Bandul or
Grand
whoever.
Theft Auto.
I mean, it is compelling gameplay. I mean, like people on the subreddit and such would go, "Oh my god, why would they want to do this? How could they? What foul creatures?" But I mean, it is gameplay at the end of the day, right?
Right.
Like, it'd be such a boring game without it. Like, it'd be so one-sided.
But I would also probably I will first end up as a member of a crew of someone's ship, to be honest, because I have a Mustang Alpha right now, and Test Squadron gave me a Aurora for my birthday. So those are the two ships I have right now. But
it isn't the first time that something like this happened, and I think you have an excellent role model for you. In about 18th, 19th century, there was a Chinese woman called Qing Shi who became the most influential, the most powerful pirate in the world. She commanded over 80,000 outlaws and had the largest fleet in the world. So if you can make that happen in Star Citizen, I would actually be glad to serve under you. You could be the Qing Shi of the 30th century. And Lamaro, I am not making shit up. Here's the fucking link.
Surprised you had that so ready to go.
Well, I wanted to get some of the facts straight, like when she was alive and how many people she commanded, so I went to Wikipedia.
Okay.
I did know about her, though, and that Qingloy.
Qingloy, yeah. Loy Qing. Yeah, why not?
All right.
Yeah.
Mar, next question.
Well, I mean, we have a ton of questions from chat. That
Well, we're still
yeah.
simple questions like what kind of ship are you, what ship you want the most in Star Citizen right now?
Right now,
Hmm.
I would love to have a Cutlass Black.
Don't want to sound like a shill, but a fellow streamer, the Astropub's Paul Shelley right now has a giveaway for a Cutlass Black. So you should take part of it, and everybody in chat who hasn't taken part in it yet should. I won't be posting links. Go Google it yourself. You know where to go.
Yeah,
I'm very bad at winning stuff, so.
It's not skill based. That's the whole point. But anyway, yeah.
And then.
But yeah, I want to have it. It would be very cool.
So okay, I got a question. So you said you're in test, right? So do you play the game much at the moment? I mean, like, what do you do? I mean, like in an organization like this, and no bias whatsoever. I mean, like, it's not like I'm part of test or anything, but like, so what do you do to have fun in the game or with the organization or both?
So basically, right now, what happens when I start the game is I get a pop-up saying it is recommended you have a little bit more of RAM on your computer to play the game. So I basically, I run my computer on 8 gigabytes of RAM, which is not enough.
That's
RAM commander.
If even with
Gotcha.
16, you can sometimes get that message. Things are expected to, of course.
But
improve.
I am still very active in the organization, so I try to get people to play with me any other games. So we play PUBG together, we play Siege together, and also we do just hang out on the general chat. I try to stay active in the organization. I would love to join one of the flight trainings we have.
Okay.
Because I would really need to. I'm playing with my keyboard right now, so
Nothing
there's a lot
wrong
of potential.
playing with the keyboard and mouse.
I fly
the
with
thing
my
is,
keyboard and mouse, and I fly beautifully. Well,
today's stream was
No comment.
very
guys, come on.
It was a good indication of your flying skills, but the problem is low FPS. It kind of messes up, and they're still shooting in the IFCS. So every time you learn how to fly, they bring out a new patch that changes the way ships behave. So you have to learn how to fly all over again. And
I do stunningly each time. Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, on Citizencon, I felt very embarrassed because I was like, I think it was Munkin. I poked Munkin in the side, said like, hey, let's play 3.0. And we sat down at the computer, and I was like very proud. I knew the controls, and then I just basically didn't know how to fly that ship I was sitting in. So
it was the ship's fault. Yeah. No, I get you.
Well, with 3.0, they also introduced basic and advanced controls. So who knows how that computer was set up? So
yeah, it's the weather's fault.
Yeah,
right,
exactly.
Right.
And that injury from the war, started acting up. So.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are your plans for Star Citizen? I mean, you want to be a pirate, but going forward, right? So what else? Like
once you grow up.
When you grow up, what do you want to be? Like, there's going to be so much in the game, right? I guess, well, our organization has things that they want to do in general. But what do you want to do? What are you most looking forward to in terms of tech, that kind of thing? Like, that would make it interesting for you as a player. You mentioned role playing earlier before.
Right. So I'm interested in role playing. I'm not very good at it right now because I tend to start giggling.
Just role play a giggler. Role play a mad woman, like.
Yeah. So I affiliated, for example, with the Republic of Laurel, which is a
Okay.
quite cool organization, and they do cool role-playing stuff. So that is also that's nothing tech-wise, right? So that's
Mm.
just something organization-wise you could do.
Mm-hmm.
What I want to do is like being a pirate, which is not only, raping other people on ships or stealing stuff or whatever. I also want to explore. So that's also what pirates do, right? They explore the verse.
Right.
And I want to find maybe gold, whatever attracts pirates.
Right.
That's interesting to think, though. What is
And
going
find
to be the precious metal that will be the the thing for the pirates to want? Like, for us, it was gold. In Star Trek, it's gold pressed latinum.
Mm.
What's Star Citizen's gold going to be?
UEC Neum.
I think they probably apply the kind of
gold standard.
minerals we already know from physics. So
Mm.
that would make it a little bit more easier, but probably they have a different thing, like invent a very special thing on the game. That would be interesting. Yeah,
Mm.
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, you would kind of think that by the 30th century we will develop like an appreciation for materials that are actually useful, not just shiny. Like right now, so much of the economy is run by diamonds and gold, and it's just shiny.
I mean, you're talking to a girl, right? So diamonds.
Right, of course. Should I just bring you a diamond encrusted ring, milady?
Oh man, it would be so awesome if there was like a diamond planet or moon, and you could like lay claim to a diamond
There
planet. Mm.
are actual exoplanets where it rains diamonds.
Right.
So
Well,
that sort of stuff is not going to be rare anymore, if you know what I mean.
I mean, way to burst my bubble, Darch. I mean, geez. I mean, why even try?
Well,
I'm just-
you were trying
Also-
to blow up a bubble on a planet where it rains diamonds. Of course, it's gonna burst.
What if? I mean, that sounds dangerous to me. I mean, like, what if it's a planet that's made of a diamond that's also habitable and a pirate base?
So that's the point. So on the lunch break on Britizencon, we were talking also about the whole organization war thing. So how organizations can make territory on different planets,
Right.
and I think if I imagine a very a very wealthy area for a specific mineral to mine, I could imagine that organizations are fighting for territory on those planets, and that would be really cool. So again, they would need to have maybe a mechanic to give smaller organizations the chance to gain territory. Otherwise, Test would just like be, so what?
I mean,
Yeah,
it's a good point to
everywhere.
make,
Yeah.
but at the same time, there's going to be so many planets to choose from. You'd really have to just really want that particular person's spot. You know what I mean? Like, you can fit every single player. I mean, like, what is it? Like, every single player can have a base on Yela and
On
still
Daymar.
have
Yeah.
on Daymar and still have space left over. And there are 2 million players right now.
Right.
Yeah. So.
And yeah, maybe also what we know from other games. I talked to some. I can't really remember who was. I think it was also one of the devs. And we were talking about how it could work if somebody explores the verse and finds a new planet, like a planet which hasn't been seen before.
Right.
Would you actually be able to name it? Like.
It's a good point. I mean, like they've mentioned
Take it as
before
yours.
that, well, that information will be yours. Income 3.5. you'll be able to like save data for things that you find. It's gonna be like minerals and stuff to begin with, but and then sell that information. I don't know about selling the information for the actual planet or moon or whatever, but I would imagine so. Maybe you'd be able to petition the name down at the planetary whatever district it's called, and then like the devs go, this guy wants to call this planet butt cheeks.
Butthole. God. Wait, how the hell did we both go to the butt thing?
Because we're
I've
both
been
very
hanging out with
immature.
you far too much.
But yeah, so the devs go, no, we'll call it Buttes or something
Warm
like
butt.
that.
We call it Aeloy, the planet.
Yeah, we'll call the
That's-
planet. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's going to be the same thing that they do in Elite Dangerous, where the players literally just have the names named after themselves. I think it'll be a bit more, better. Like
more better.
more
Yes.
better. The player, I feel like the player should have more agency over the names of the stuff. Like
Test Squadron.
yes, I mean like they
Your rectum.
Test has had this joke for a while where they when they find a jump point, they want to name it Lando's Hole. So for that reason, I don't I think that maybe the devs might just be against us naming things ourselves, but we'll see. We'll see.
I so want to be there, and it's gonna be a large one, isn't it? It's not gonna be a small jump point or medium. It's gonna be a large.
It's gonna be a large
Planet
jump
Montoya.
point. Yeah,
Yeah.
a large
Mm.
three-way for trade.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's basically what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the exploration part. I'm looking for a little bit of mining and piracy. And I think it can be a good thing to combine those three things because you have to do a lot of trading. And I also do like the economic simulation, like I'm a management student, so I kind of have that economic stuff in my blood.
Test Squadron's leader Montoya used to be his previous job or even his current job, I think, is in economics. He used to be a market analyst, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So he's finding all the up and coming economic development for Star Citizen's universal economy very interesting. Yeah.
So
and
what's
if it's gonna be
interesting,
yeah.
but it's maybe not a question. I mean, it's not on topic, but like there's this game in VR, and it's trying to be like Second Life. More importantly, or more, it's trying to be like that part of Ready Player One. So it's like Second Life, but the currency is going to be a cryptocurrency, and they want to like trade in cryptos and stuff. Like in Ready Player One, the in-game currency that they use there, or whatever it's called, was also a cryptocurrency stronger than the dollar. I just thought it'd be kind of interesting if they went that way and they made UEC an actual thing like that you like a currency you mined by playing the game. But yeah.
I remember they were talking about a VR aspect in Star Citizen as well on Britizencon.
Oh,
so
yeah.
on one of the panels, they were talking about it, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Meyer, now
What's
you
up?
got me thinking.
Uh-huh.
Do we want Star Citizen to create its own cryptocurrency?
Well, this stream is currently accepting cryptocurrency donations through Coinbase. So, guys.
Yeah, that answers the question. Yeah, that answers the question. We don't fucking want Star Citizen to create a cryptocurrency.
I mean, they could easily do it, and it wouldn't really affect anybody at the end of the day, apart from those who, I mean, like, end of the day, would it be a good thing? Would it be a bad thing? It really depends, right?
I mean, as an investment, if you have a ship which you have bought via Bitcoin,
right?
But then again, well, as an investor, you would think about how does that come back to me? So you would need a kind of possibility to gain value or to probably generate cryptocurrencies via trading, for example.
Mm.
I don't know. I'm also thinking about the thing that World of Warcraft did, that you can buy game time, game time for in-game currency.
Okay.
Which
I don't think
turned out to be a market thing.
Yeah, the thing is, right, Star Citizen, you buy the game now. You don't have to pay for an upkeep or whatever. It's just like you have the game. So thankfully, that's not going to be, like a thing. We don't need what Plex or whatever it was in WildStar or whatever it's called in World of Warcraft now. I don't think that's going to be much of an issue. But I mean, I thought it was an interesting one to pick up. Maybe, I mean, we should have a feature with, I don't know, Montoya or Texas Skulls. I mean, like,
maybe both of them. We haven't had a 4-strong podcast in a while.
And they could talk about crypto. I mean, like, I think we should probably wait
They could talk about crypto, and we just go have lunch and come back an hour later and be still talking about crypto.
And my stream would be banned, probably. But I think that we should probably save that for maybe when 3.2 gets out, because they're overhauling the economy then, aren't they? The economy system. So it'd be interesting to get their insight on that.
Insight, yes.
That's true.
Right. Next quick question, which is, how the fuck did we get from what's your favorite role to cryptocurrency? How many tangents did we go on this time around? I think it was quite a record.
Enough, because now we're back on track. Yes.
Now we're back on track. Right. Sandworm or space whale? That's one of the questions, remember?
We're straight onto the quickfire questions. Okay.
What
is your favorite orange? Okay.
What?
Sandworm or space whale?
Space whale.
Why?
Because you're not stuck to the sand.
I don't. I get the feeling there's something behind space worm and space. What did you say? Sandworm and space whale.
Sandworm or space whale? Yeah. Well, what's the most compelling thing? Like in the game, if we were to like suddenly get a giant beast, would you rather it was like something you could like discover on your scanners in space, or would you rather it's like, oh, I've made a base, you're dead?
No, I think a space whale would be interesting. Like something that doesn't exist or that is out of some people's imagination. A sandworm is kind of something that could be
basically just a worm that got big.
Yeah.
I think for me, a space whale just represents a sort of innate freedom, because it's not bound to any certain location. It just can just go on a stellar level. It can just go wherever it wants. But a sandworm, you're kind of locked to the desert of the planet you're on. Also, I never really liked Dune, the movie, so fuck that movie.
I got a question then. If you could think of any creature at all, make it up on the spot for Star Citizen, what would it be?
A creature?
Yeah. If you could make a creature right now.
A kind of horse you could ride on the planets. Like you could tame it, like you could tame a mount and ride it on some of the planets.
Right, because the hover bikes are so shit, right?
What sized weapons can you attach to it is my question.
No, it just spits.
It would be, it would be like that little bit of wilderness interacting. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I've always liked the idea of a sentient planet ever since I was going to say ever since Star Trek, but also in the Green Lanterns, from this, Green Lanterns are DC, right? There is a Green Lantern that is actually a planet.
Green Lantern
is DC, isn't it?
Is it DC?
Yeah. because
Yes,
he's
it
with
is.
that
It
man.
is. Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's also a sentient planet in Marvel, Ego.
I mean, like, is there? Oh,
You
okay.
know, Peter Star-Lord's dad. Did you not see Guardians of the Galaxy 2?
No,
Oh,
I haven't
I
yet.
did.
Oh, God damn it. Now I spoiled the movie for you.
Yeah, it did. Thank you. But
Well,
it's okay.
you've had over a year to see it, so
It's okay.
I'm
It's
not
okay.
sorry.
Mm.
You know, I want actually a organism that is so different from what your standard cookie cutter sci-fi deal like handles as alien.
Mm.
Like there was a very good movie, or was it just a TV show called Andromeda Strain,
Mm.
which was basically like a microscopic organism that landed on an asteroid on Earth, and then it got picked up by some lab, and then it started multiplying, and it got into these geometric shapes, and it just kind of started taking over computer systems, and it was like, how is? On the other hand, you have basically people in silicon masks with blue skin. You know, that kind of sort of dichotomy, you know, when something like that.
Wait, that
Yeah.
was Avatar, wasn't it?
People in blue masks, yes.
I mean,
I
I
was
used
joking. I was
to,
joking.
I used to be really big. I mean, I still really am really big on like lore and RP and stuff.
Also,
And, before I
Andorians in
started
Star Trek were
streaming,
blue.
right? Before I started streaming, I played Star Trek Online, and in that you could make your own alien race that's part of the Federation. And so like I created this guy, and this is before I even watched Deep Space Nine. And so he was called the Emissary, and basically what it is that it was a sentient planet that could think and stuff, but of course it didn't have like a physical body. So what it did was that it like basically it created like a pod, and then like it spawned out this this creature that was connected to the planet through like a hive mind, kind of like a betazoid kind of like a thing.
Telepathy, yeah.
Yeah. It was I'm pretty good with my ideas, but when I think about it, it's just like little bits from everything else.
yeah. Then again, the system in Star Trek Online did let you become that, so you're not the very first person to come up with such a thing.
Nah, well, I wasn't saying I was super original, but no, in Star Trek you can literally name your race and everything. Yeah.
That's cool.
Last time I played Star Trek Online, or was it just me deciding that I wanted to be part of the Federation of the humans? I was a human.
Okay.
Wasn't very original.
I'm always a human in MMOs nowadays, because no one else is. So it's like I just want to be. I want to be me in a fantasy setting, or in a different setting. You know, like that.
We should play D&D.
I mean, like I've been thinking about D&D for quite some time, but I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. Yeah.
What we also talked about, which kind of refers a little bit to the D&D thing. We talked at lunch. We talked about the thing to put up missions for other players on Star Citizen.
The service beacons.
Yeah, right. So basically, you could put up a mission or create your own mission, put it on a table, and people can sign up doing it, and you can pay them whatever, a mineral or something else. And I find that idea quite cool. It gives a little bit of it gives a platform for a little bit of creativity in that regard.
All right, so you don't actually just pay them with cash, but you can offer like something in material services.
Yeah. So if you're a miner, you could offer some minerals, or if
right.
you're a pirate, you offer ship parts.
Right.
I don't know.
So bartering, basically. I mean, like that's a good idea, but I think we wouldn't even need like a game mechanic for it. You could just say, "Hey, I do this if that and the other," right?
I think it would be a very simple way to implement it into the game. Like right now, you just offer. It's just just instead of UEC, you give whatever element or commodity that you have at your disposal. But for that to happen, you would first need a completed list of commodities, so everybody actually knew or had a general idea of what the value of that commodity is compared to UEC. It's an interesting idea, but I don't think it's very soon in the making.
So, what do you guys think about ship paintings?
Want
Paintings, as in painting your ship, or getting a painting of the
Getting-
Venus or something.
You know,
ship skins.
like in GTA 5, you drive your car
Alright.
to a garage and get it painted in crazy, colors, or have like huge brand prints on it, or
I think it's gonna
Yeah.
happen, but from the way we've seen things with like how they've implemented the Star Kitty thing or whatever, like you won't be able to paint it yourself. You'd just say, "I want that one."
Mhm.
I think that's a
Mm.
better way of doing things. I mean, we're still gonna get our stupid ass pink ships and stuff, but
yeah.
at least they'll be done in a way that's good looking. I mean, like I think it'll be done exactly the same way Elite Dangerous is doing it, because that's how it is right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but do you
Mm.
think they would change it?
I mean, I don't think they have a reason to do so, because if you make it so that like everything is in layers and you can change the color of the layer, I think you lose a bit in terms of
There was
designer goal.
Yeah, I think there was at one point an ATV where they showcased how they can just use a color wheel to change the base hue of a material, but that is in the editor to make it so that a player can change that part via a game system that would require quite a lot of code and hard work to implement. It's not impossible, but in the end, you just have to wonder how is it worth it to
Right.
implement such a system, or would it be just easier to have a base listing of specific colors you get to pick, and that's it?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
always think about the fact that in GTA 5 you have those different professions. If you do GTA 5 role playing, I know it's again that game I refer to, but if you do the role playing, you can do also like being someone who paints ships. And I would find that quite interesting.
Right.
Mm.
So, by the way, for those who are watching on Twitch, chat is dead because Twitch has died. But that's okay.
Damn.
If you're still here watching us, that's okay. We're not going anywhere.
We're still there. We're still here.
Mm.
Yes. Yeah. Well, you asked us what we think. I want that, and I think I already sent you my own interpretation of what I want my future character to look like, and where I want it to sport the name which I have chosen and the logo which I have designed, that I'm not showing anybody in public because I don't want them to steal my name. Because please don't steal my name. It is something
I posted it
want
onto
very
Star
much.
Citizen Concepts. I got a lot of upvotes actually. Yeah. So thanks for the karma.
God damn. But yeah, I mean, I actually spent weeks coming up with the name, and I'm proud of myself for coming up with something that's so awesome, at least in my own opinion.
Mm. Right.
But do you actually both of you have such plans for your ships? Do you have liveries thought out and names for your ships? The one ship that you want that is somehow in line with the sort of character you want to roleplay as, or am I the only one that's so sad?
Yeah,
As
I
the
can
Backstreet Boys
think
would
about
say, yeah.
that. Yeah.
Sorry, I cut you off there.
No, it's alright. Sorry.
You both said yeah.
Mm.
Face comment.
Oh crap.
Have you already finished that whole bottle?
That's all that's left. It's a very cheap bottle of Cabernet Sauvignon. I mean, it's not like I just chugged $115 bottle of wine.
And
Yeah.
You are
Aeloy, thank
training
you.
for
Yeah.
Citizencon
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
citizens, right?
yeah.
Well,
Sorry.
I will be hanging out with a couple of Test Squadron members that are known for their alcohol intake, so I need to start.
I don't know who you are referring to. No idea.
Anyway, shall we go up to the next question and then slowly wrap things up?
We don't have any questions. Well, more questions on the docket.
Yeah. There's one I remember because
Okay.
we usually have like
I mean, we
I'm
covered
pointing, I'm
everything.
pointing. Nobody can see it,
Right.
Especially people listening to this on SoundCloud. Nobody can see this, but I'm pointing to my second screen where we usually have a document open with topics and questions.
They don't necessarily
Usually have that
relevant,
open,
though.
but we don't right
Yeah.
now because we forgot about it. Anyway, one of the questions that I remember from it is, it's a very important question, so I want you to think about this very thoroughly.
Okay.
Picard or Solo?
Oh.
Yeah,
She's not gonna know who those are.
of course she is.
I know who. I would say
Oh, you said
Solo.
Solo. Sorry, I thought you were gonna say somebody else. My bad.
I am disappointed.
Picard was Solo, and she said Solo.
No, but the thing is, considering what you said before, about being a pirate and Solo kind of falls in line more than Picard. And again, Picard was the explorer, so
Yeah, I would
Right.
stick to Solo.
Are we about done now?
Yeah.
We are.
Kinda.
Okay. Thank you for watching. I have been Darionator. Over there has been Meyer. And in between has been Aeloy.
Hi, Aeloy.
Aeloy. The wonderful Aeloy.
Thank
This
you
has-
for having me.
You're very welcome. And thank you for coming on the show. Even though it's been quite a struggle to actually get the show started. And oh God, I'm not gonna. It's not a thing I want to repeat. But this has been a fortnightly frontier feature. I almost messed it up thanks to the wine. And I just already said that I've been Darner, there's been Mar, and in between has been Aeloy. And I suppose we will Mar save me. See you in the verse.
I'll sit here and watch you stew.
Damn it. Bye.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Thank you and goodbye.